Back at Chicagoland Speedway, getting set for the restart of the Tropicana 400. Jeff Gordon is the race leader, though second in line there. You see the 7 car of Jimmy Spencer, tail end of the lead lap. He's going to start in front of Jeff Gordon.
See these guys driving down? Robbie on the inside. Elliott Sadler sneaks down to the bottom of the racetrack, so it's 3 abreast going in, and you just can't do that right here in Chicago. Not yet.
All right, restart. Green flag. How long can Jimmy Spencer in the 7 car stay out in front of Jeff Gordon? I guess the better question is how long can he stay in front of the 42 car, Jamie McMurray?
Also up there, Bobby Labonte in the 18, the green car. He is tail end of the lead lap also in 19th spot. So they're hoping for a quick caution and allow them to get back around and make up a full mile and a half. Jeff Gordon leads. Jamie McMurray is second. Gordon didn't pit. McMurray took fuel only. Jimmy Johnson third. Ryan Newman fourth. And Jeff Burton fifth.
Oh, here comes Jimmy Johnson on the inside. He's going to make it 3 wide about for second spot.
Oh, look at there, a little damage on the right front quarter there of Johnny Benson's car. He did get into the 1 car. You can see that fender crinkle up.
Benson in the 10. Jeff Green in the 1. Jimmy Johnson through Jamie McMurray to second.
The problem we talk about Tony not being able to run high, that's the problem that Jamie McMurray has. His car really doesn't like the bottom of the racetrack. Dave, tell us about Jimmy Johnson.
Fuel only on that last stop, guys. Remember we had said earlier, just earlier, they took 4 the last time check and now said we didn't need them, just fuel.
Johnson, what an incredible performance so far today. Started at the back after an engine failure in practice yesterday. Then he got into Johnny Benson in the second practice. They repaired the fender. He's charged his way all the way up to second spot.
Oh, take that. Wait a minute. Yep. That's in jeopardy of going away. Well, that 42 car is really good today. Jamie McMurray taking over second. Trying to. Was that an early call, maybe? Nope.
All right, he got him now.
Although he's going to be, yeah, he got clear. He's almost going to get boxed in there.
You know, we described all the problems Jimmy Johnson had this weekend, but he did not, when we talked to him earlier, give up 1 bit on his chances of winning here.
I feel we got just as good of a chance this year as we did last year. Last year at this point in time we were a little higher in points, but at this race last year our team kind of nosedived. We ran out of gas. The pressure, 12th test as a rookie team, everything that came along, we started to run out of gas from here on out. And we're looking forward to these last 20 races. So I think mentally we're in a much stronger state than we were this year, this time last year.
Yeah, I agree with me. You know, this is a tough 36 races. It's really, really tough. You get all pumped up, and the adrenaline can carry for the first 10 races, but pretty soon there has to be some time off. They've got to work out the work days, the days off, and it's so difficult for a rookie team.
People talk about rookie basketball players in the NBA coming out of college and adding a great increase in the number of games and the length of season that they play from the college schedule to the pros. Same thing in NASCAR Winston Cup racing. For a brand new team like that was last year, they had to learn what it takes to be there all the way through the championship deciding event at Homestead in November. It's a long, long haul.
And they've learned that. They learned that lesson well last year, and they are a contender this year for the championship and victories.
Ryan Newman on the bumper of Jimmy Johnson right now.
I think right now that Johnson's car doesn't like the last change or whatever they made because it looks to be struggling just a little bit in that 48 car.
Haven't talked an awful lot about Ryan Newman today, but he started in 14th spot. He's been up into the top 5 now for some time. He's running in 4th position at the moment. Newman with a couple of wins already this season at Texas and at Dover. This race, 1 year ago, he led 87 laps of the race, but he cut a tire right front with 28 to go.
tell you what, that 6 car, Mark Martin, earlier on in the race, remember he pulled over and let Rusty Wallace go by, and he really struggled with his car. But the last 100 laps or so, his car has been about as good as anyone's since that first pit stop, and they started adjusting on him.
The problem for him is he's a lap down. And he's in 20th place. Marty.
It's kind of been a work in progress for the Six Bunch all weekend, guys. This is a brand new car. I'd never seen the racetrack until it got here on Friday. It was very good in the wind tunnel, but Ben Leslie told me wind tunnel doesn't always equal racetrack success. So it has been a struggle for those guys, but they are gaining on it. They will use this car in the future, but it has just been a tough day, tough weekend for Mark Martin and his bunch.
You see Mark running just behind race leader Jeff Gordon, but in reality, he is a lap and that much down to contending for the lead. Just past halfway here in the Tropicana 400 at Chicagoland Speedway, Jeff Gordon is out in front in the 24 car. Jeff did not pit under the last caution when about everybody else did. Matty, how about that strategy call?
Well, I spoke with Robbie Loomis, Jeff Gordon's crew chief. He said simply, we are 8 to 10 laps short of trying to make it on one more stop, so there was no use in pitting. Jeff's car was free, but he said it was pretty good. They felt like the track position, having that open air, would be much better than mired a little bit back if they would have gone and pitted. Now, meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt Jr. runs in the 9th position. Remember, he had that front valence damage from the debris from Johnny Sauter's car. They repaired that. The car is good on entry, good up off the corner, but horrible in the center. It just will not turn. Pushes big time.
You know, I heard that phrase before, we're not in our window yet, sometime recently, like last Saturday night by the guys that were dominating the Pepsi 400. And the guys that came in and got the fuel anyway, even though they weren't in their window yet, kept coming in to top off, wound up winning the race. So Jeff Gordon is out on track leading the Tropicana 400 at Chicagoland Speedway by 1.8 seconds over Jamie McMurray.
Spectacular day in Joliet, Illinois, as NASCAR on NBC has come to Chicagoland Speedway for the 3rd annual running of the Tropicana 400. On the racetrack, you haven't missed a thing. Jeff Gordon continues to lead in pursuit of his 5th NASCAR Winston Cup championship, has led 23 of 150 laps run so far here this afternoon. Just a few moments ago, Tony Stewart in the 20 car had a close call with the wall here at Chicagoland. Watch him go high, get out of that groove. So close to that wall, but able to continue on and pick up positions. So Tony Stewart on the racetrack, currently running in the 9th position. Up front, it's the 24 of Jeff Gordon. We'll take you through the field, and let's start with that.
Jeff Gordon starting the day, hoping to pull off something he's never done here in Chicago, and that's win. He's won at 19 of 23 Winston Cup tracks. Gordon says the car's a little bit free right now, Bill.
Jamie McMurray on his last 2 stops in the 42 car, fuel only. I talked to his crew chief, Donnie Wingo. They cannot make it on one more stop. They'll need more than that, but this is a great run and a great car, Dave.
Bill, we've already mentioned Jimmy Johnson did not take on tires on that last stop, fuel only. He's been saying the thing that a crew chief wants to hear the most from him this last run, nothing. Matt?
A 2-tire change in the last stop for Ryan Newman. He has been told, conserve fuel. At this juncture, we are 7 to 8 laps short of making on one more stop, Bill.
Jeff Burton tight in the middle, loose off, fuel only on their last stop. They are going to try, I underscore, try to make it on just one more fuel stop. As for Rusty Wallace, a huge break when that last caution came out. Got 2 right side tires, got a full load of fuel. This late in the race, Rusty running inside the top 10, looking for his first win in 79 races. Michael Waltrip on lap 127 took fuel and wedge. His car was a little bit loose, currently running in the 7th position. Matt?
The lap 120 damage between the contact from the 31 car and that left front fender. The team did pull that out. We talked about that on the stop. Stewart now says back on lap 141, the car is back to where we had it before. Now we just have to slowly start picking people off. He's climbed up to 8th, Dave.
Crew Chief Kevin Hamlin for Robbie Gordon tells me no problem from the contact out there, but they did get a piece of debris through the top of the grill. They haven't had a chance to put anything over it in the way of tape, and it's tight right now because of that. Matt?
Dale Earnhardt rounding out the top 10. Basically, they're playing the fuel mileage game. At this point, they cannot make it on one more stop. He's trying to conserve as much as he can.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. getting by Robbie Gordon. That's for the 9th position now. So Earnhardt Jr. moving up another spot farther forward. Up ahead, it's Jeff Gordon leading Jamie McMurray by a second and a half. Though remember, Gordon did not stop under that last caution at lap 128. He's about 20 laps off on his fuel window for the rest of the field. Let's continue going through the field. Back to Marty.
Casey Mears is having a pretty nice run. Alan, he's up in the 11th position right now. His car, however, is actually in 12th position, is getting tighter and tighter the longer he runs. He tries to stay on the bottom. He wants to run a lane a little bit higher, but can't do it right now, Bill.
You gave him the 11th position. Jeremy Mayfield says, I want that 11th position back, battling with the 41 car. And up and day down early for the 19 car. Their fuel mileage not exactly what you would hope for, but Jeremy Mayfield having a strong run, Marty.
Bill, if you're wondering where Kevin Harvick went, he's all the way back in the 13th position now. He stopped on lap 130, fell back to 17th, has made his way back up to 13th. They can make it all the way on one more stop. Their magic number, 198, and they can make it to that lap number. Bill?
Elliott Sadler looking for career win number 2, trapped in traffic, but able to hang on. Been bumped around a little bit on the racetrack, but not much conversation. Car is good. Elliott's confident. 16th on the track. Dave?
Two-time Winston Cup champion Terry Labonte came in the last time for 4 tires. The car was so good, he said, just give me 4 more like the ones before. Now, the guy who wants to be champion this year, Matt Kenseth, he's been having a tough day. This last set of tires, he said, makes the car chatter all the way around the racetrack. They feel rock hard. He's having trouble. Marty?
Bill Elliott well short on the fuel mileage game. They will not be playing that this afternoon. His car is actually pretty good. He gets really tight the longer he runs. He said all we need right now is a little bit of track position behind him on the track. Bobby Labonte and well behind him on the track. Bobby praying for a caution right now. He is the last car on the lead lap. The car is actually pretty good. They fell a lap down because of that penalty on pit road, but the car's not been bad today, guys.
Labonte just in front of leader Jeff Gordon, as you can see. And as Marty said, final one on the lead lap. Coming up on 250 miles in this Tropicana 400.
You watch the ticker across the top, you saw that Jimmy Johnson was able to get by Jimmy McMurray and take over the 2nd spot.
And Johnson right now running lap times that are fractionally faster than his teammate and part team owner, Jeff Gordon.
But if they have to stop twice, and some of these guys only have to stop once,
Doesn't matter, does it?
throw all that speed out the window. It doesn't matter.
You heard Matt say that Jeff Gordon has won at 19 of the 23 tracks on the NASCAR Winston Cup circuit presently. There are the 4 at which he is 0 for. Some longer than others. But Gordon expressing confidence coming into here this weekend because a lot of people consider the Kansas Speedway to be a sister to this. They are different banking a little bit and so on, but Gordon won at Kansas last fall and felt like that the similarities here would play to his advantage during the weekend and the race today.
And as you see that Jeff Gordon keeping track of the championship points currently would be in 2nd spot, 135 behind Kenseth. That's a huge jump, huge gain.
Yeah, he's 203 behind as the race began today. How about our lows, improvers, and snoozers? Check out people making a lot of progress today and people slipping back the wrong way.
This should be pretty easy on the 48, making the biggest jump.
39 positions.
Nice job by Jeff Burtonstein. And the snoozers. Dave Blaney struggling. Sterling Marlin we saw with the brake duct rubbing the inside of the right front tire. It's dropped him well behind.
And Biffle, last week's winner, also struck in here at the Chicagoland Speedway.
Doesn't take much in this business to go from hero to zero, does it?
No, it sure doesn't.
Just about 250 miles into the Tropicana 400. Jeff Gordon leading Jimmy Johnson by a second and a half.